In this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process that me and my team uses to create winning ads that scale using AI. Now, you've probably seen a bunch of different AI stuff out there. Now, AI can even do those AI avatars where you see actual humans that aren't really humans. That's not the things that I'm going to show you in this video. I do think there's still major value in actually having real humans in your ads, because if you start using those AI avatars and let's say your customers pick up on it, then now they cannot trust any of the real ads anymore, right? Because they're not going to know what's fake and what's real. So let's say you have a testimonial or a review ad or something like that. Well, that's not going to be super valuable anymore because your target audience might not trust you as much. And trust is extremely important. So I wouldn't take any risk at breaking that trust. So the process that I'm going to show you uses AI, but not in a way that can break the trust with your customers. It's also extremely simple and straightforward, but it's also very, very valuable. Like, we get amazing results lately for our clients using this process. Also, in the end of the video, I'm going to show you a really practical way of how you can actually use some really key tools to get more out of your existing creatives and your existing content that you have for your brand. So your existing videos and images and those things, how you can get more out of that for your brand. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to explain is the process. So here on my screen here, I'll show you the process. So of course, the first thing is going to be identifying your winner. So essentially there's two things you need to think about there. Is the results at or above your target? So the cost per result or the ROAS, is it at your target or above for the last 7 days? If you just look at a couple of days, that might not be as reliable as if you look at 7 or more days for those results. It also depends on the span, but ideally we want to look at 7-day windows because the results usually fluctuate. For different businesses, it's different, but they fluctuate on the different days throughout the week. So to have more reliable results and also have more reliable data to make decisions based off, we recommend looking at least 7 days of data. So first thing you need to check off is your ad at or above the target for 7 days, and is it one of the top spenders in your account? Now, it doesn't necessarily be one of the absolute top spenders, but you definitely need to have some volume of data on it. And that usually also means you need some volume of spend on this ad. If you're getting amazing ROAS, but you only spent a couple $100, like of course, depending on your business and your budget level, but sometimes that could be an external factors and it could be random. So you want to make sure that it has reliable data, okay? So before you start to invest a lot of resources and time in iterating on this, make sure that it ticks off these two things. Okay, now we have identified the winning ad in your ad account. The next step is understanding why it's a winner. And this is a key step that so many businesses skip. If you don't understand why your ad was a winner, then you don't really know how to iterate on it. And sometimes, even if you're not intentional about this, you might get lucky and actually outperform the previous winner. But if you want to improve your hit rate, like if you want to increase the odds that the next ad you launch is going to outperform the previous one, then you need to understand why it won in the first place. The first thing we look at is very simply, was it the offer or the product itself? Sometimes it's not really that much about the ad. Even though it's nice to give the ad credit, sometimes it's just really the offer is so good that you don't really need to have a really sophisticated ad to make it work. So sometimes it could just be that the offer is so good or the product is so relevant that for the ad, it's really simple to convert people. So that could be one of the things. And this is also like the biggest lever for advertising. Like, what are you advertising in the first place? Okay, so was it just a product or was it the ad, right? Sometimes there's a mix of all these things, so keep that in mind as well. The next thing you can look at is relevancy. So for example, if you're selling clothing and let's say it starts to get colder as you get closer to winter, and all of a sudden you start to see that the best performing ad is an ad with a winter jacket. And that is not necessarily because of the ad, it's just that the ad is now more relevant than what it was before. So understanding that is key to really prioritize how you do your testing and how you do the iteration in your ad account, okay? So understand how the relevancy per product or per ad might change, and keep that in mind when you're trying to understand why it was a winner. Now, this one is really important, clarity. This is something that a lot of people overlook. Sometimes we've seen that ads that are just really straight to the point and super clear and precise, those are actually the ones that perform the best. And sometimes that's enough. You don't need to have like super fancy marketing setup. If you just have like a really clear, straight to the point, and precise ad, then sometimes that is going to outperform everything else in your ad account. So sometimes if you don't really understand why it was a winner, because maybe it's super simple and you didn't really put that much effort into it, maybe it's just because that it's so easy to understand. Like the first split second somebody looks at the ad, they immediately understand what the offer is, why it's relevant to them, and that makes it just perform really well because the algorithm understands like who to target quicker because everybody else just skips it. Okay, the next thing is the hook in the angle, right? Is it an intriguing hook that is hooking in the right type of people? And that's also key here because like the hook need to be relevant to who you're targeting as well. So the hook or the angle can be a big one. The engagement or the virality factor. This is something we've seen. If an ad like does really well in terms of getting users to engage with it, like comment, share, like those things, then the ad might quickly become a winner because it also takes off two things, right? It's getting you results, but it's also keeping users active on Facebook or Instagram. And that's really important for Meta. So if it has that virality factor, that might give you really, really good results. We've seen this with many accounts. So that's also something to look after. If your ad has a lot of engagement, that could be a reason why it's getting really, really good performance. The visual hook, right? Like sometimes it's not about what you say in the ad, but it's just about what you can see in the first frame. Sometimes if you see in the first frame something that is relevant to the person you're trying to target, let's for example say you're selling a product that's solving a specific skin condition, and in the first split second that skin condition is seen in the video, right? Then everybody with that condition that relate to that specific problem are going to, be hooked into the video. A visual hook, right? That is also relevant. So that's essentially what I mean when I say visual hook. It's no words used, it's just the visual aspect of it is hooking in the right type of person. Another thing to look after is like the model or the person in the video or the image. Is it the person that, the target audience can easily resonate with? Sometimes that has a big impact on how well the ad performs. Okay, so this is some of the things to use when you try to identify. I'm also going to give you a tool that can help you identify. Okay, so now the next thing you need to look at is, did you identify why it was a winner? Was it easy for you to identify that? Yes. Okay, in that case, keep the winning factor constant and then iterate on the other things, right? So if it was the hook, that was the winning factor, then keep that same hook, but try other different things. Try a different format, try a different video link, try a different call to action, try a different offer, okay? Now, if you don't know what made it win, then you have a couple of options. So the first thing is get an expert to look into it, okay? If you need help to look into your ads, get a creative audit, link is in the description. The next thing you can do is just guess, pick, and test, okay? That's not really the best way to do it because very likely you're not going to guess the right thing. The last thing you can do is use the GPT project that I've created to help you with this diagnosis to find out why your winner was a winner. So I also have a link in the description below. You can check out that, and that custom GPT is going to help you. I built that out myself, and I'm now going to take you through how you can use it to find the winning factors for your ad. Okay, so as an example, we found this winner in one of our clients' accounts. I'll show you the video now. It's for a fashion brand. So you can see there's some chill music in the background. There's a woman showing off the clothing in a mirror, and then you have like lifestyle model images around the video as well. This one became a winner in the account. So now what I'm going to do is very simply, the first frame here, I'm going to just quickly screenshot, okay? And then with that screenshot, I'm going to go into my creative strategy GPT that I've created for you, my friend. So the next thing you're going to do is diagnose the top performer. So click this one. So now it's going to ask you a couple of questions that would help it identify it for you. So you need to really explain in detail what do you see here, like the script, the visuals, the tone, what the format was, how long it was, the kind of results you got, and any notable comments or feedback from the viewers. So like if you go in the comment section of your ad, what are people talking about? What are they saying, right? So give all of this context to GPT, and then it will help you identify based on all of the reasons that I've put into a long document into this project that will help you diagnose based on all of my experience and my team's experience. So first thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to upload that screenshot that I took, as we can see here, just to give it context to the first frame. And then the next thing I'm going to do is simply I'm just going to talk to GPT and explain the whole video. So in this video, there's a woman, as you can see in the first frame on the attached image. She's walking towards a mirror, showing off the denim jacket and the denim product that we're selling in this ad. It's a fashion brand, and as you can see, In the first frame, the woman has the text above in the mirror where it says new collection in store. So it's also kind of focusing on the newness aspect of this product. And around the video, you can see a bunch of smaller images that are showing the product on a model in different angles, but also the product by itself, just hanging with a white background. This is the ad. It's about 17 seconds long. There's no like intentional hook or anything like that. It's just really straightforward. And we see good results on it. It has a really good outbound click-through rate of more than 3%. And the ROAS is more than 5x. And we see a 35% hook rate. We don't have any notable feedback from the viewer, but this is the context I can give you now. Help me diagnose why this became a winner. Okay, so I talk it into the GPT, then it's just gonna make this audio into text. Now I'm going to put it in here, and now we let it do its magic. So as you can see, now we have the output. This is the likely reasons why this ad performs so well. And this is like based on the different type of diagnosing tools that we use in my agency. So this is not random. It's actually based off of the document that we've uploaded into this project. So at number 1, you can see clarity and simplicity. So this is a very clear ad, right? It shows immediately the product that's being sold. There's no mystery, no clutter, and the viewer immediately get it, what the product is and what's new, right? So it's just really easy to get the full context of what this ad is about in the first split second of seeing it. And that's one of the things that are really important for having high-performing ads. There's multiple angles, isolated product shots, hanger model gives it a complete view, answering unspoken questions. Shoppers might have, what does it look like on, off, from the back, right? So it's just handling a lot of potential objections, clean background, professional visuals, and the product feel. Helps the product feel aspirational, polished, and fashion forward. Newness as a hook, right? Even without an intentional hook. Leading with new collection in store is an implicit hook, tapping into the audience desire for newness and trends. This aligns with seasonal cultural relevance. Efficient, to the point format. 17 seconds is short and snackable. There's no fluff or filler, just pure product focus. High outbound click-through rate and hook rate shows viewers instantly know if it's for them or not. Strong audience product fit. Aspirational yet relatable setting. The mirror setting adds a touch of relatability. Feels like a real person you might follow, or style inspo, not called a catalog. Okay, so now it gives us some strategic suggestions, what to preserve and what to test and iterate on. So what we need to preserve here is the directness and clarity of the product showcase. The other thing we need to keep is the use of new collection language. This drives some urgency. And multiple angles and lifestyle shots, plus at least one relatable mirror scene. Okay, so that's what we're going to keep. Now, here's what we can test and iterate on. Add a direct call to action. Try overlaying a simple call to action, tap shop now or see all new arrivals at the end, and for even more clicks, right? So actually at the end here, we do not have like a call to action, and that's definitely something that could probably improve their performance, because if we tell the viewers what to do, then they're gonna know what to do. So that's a good, really, really good thing to iterate on. We can test stronger offer copy, right? We can add limited stock, shop before it sells out, those kind of things. That's a little bit off brand here, and I haven't given all the context for the specific ecom brand in this chat now. But essentially, that's something that could help it a lot if you give it like your brand guidelines and stuff like that. So I'm not going to add on any of these things, because that's just a little bit too much salesy, that we don't really want to be like that with this brand. You can use hooks or with leading questions. That's a good one. This is also good. Number 4, seasonal cultural ties in. If launching near a key moment, we can reference that. An influencer UGC variant. Test a selfie style or quick testimonial from a micro influencer, a happy customer for added social proof. That's also really good variation. Okay, so now we have a couple of things that we could test. And we have a better understanding of why it became a winner. So now, as we have a better idea of why this became a winner, I'm going to show you a couple of tools that you can use to create these iterations. Okay, so now as we have the iterations selected, so I chose 3 of the iterations that we got from the output from GPT. Number one is going to be like influencer UGC variation. So we're just going to use the same video, but we're going to create like a voiceover for the video with some captions so that it's more like personal and more like a story format where the person is actually talking. Number two is going to use a screen recording of the product page at the end of the video to have like more of a call to action to see where you would end up if you click on the ad. And that's something we've seen work well in the past. And then iteration number three is going to be to create a hook with a voiceover and add captions to it as well. So all of these ideas I got from the GPT. So now let's go through it one by one, and I'll show you how you can create a voiceover and add captions to this video. So let's start with iteration number one. So I wanted to help me write a voiceover script for the first iteration. So now it's going to help me with that. Okay. So now I have the script here. Of course, I could definitely modify this, but now I just really want to show you the tool that you can use. So we're going to go to 11 Labs. I'm going to show you how you can use this tool. So there's two different ways you can use 11 Labs. One is text to speech, but the one I prefer usually is the voice changer, because then I can actually control the tonality and make it not sound like AI voice. But sometimes text to speech works perfectly fine. So let's try that first. And if it doesn't work, then we'll do the voice changer mode. So I'm just going to copy the script that we got, paste it in here, generate speech. Before you do that, make sure you select the voice that you like. So let's see here. Let's try this one. And let's generate.
If you're looking for that one jacket to wear with everything this season, this is from the new collection. Just landed in store. It's so easy to style. I've thrown it on with jeans, shorts, you name it. And honestly, it looks just as good hanging up as it does on. Don't wait, these always go fast. Tap to shop before your size sells out.
Honestly, I'm going to say I'm not too happy with it. Like it sounds a little bit too robotic, so I will not use it. So in this case, I will actually instead use the voice changer. So I'm going to record my voice, upload it, and then it will turn that over. So what I need to do is get the script. So now I have the script on my left side, so I can just read it out and I can, control the tonality the way I want it to be. So let's start. If you're looking for that one jacket to wear with everything this season, this is from our new collection. It just landed at store and it's so easy to style. I've thrown it with jeans, shorts, you name it. And honestly, it looks just as good hanging up as it does on my body. Don't wait, these always sell out fast, so tap the shop now button before your size sells out. And now I'm going to show you how to edit it in CapCut. I'm going to get the video and the audio in here. So first I'm going to get the audio and then I'm going to get the video in there. Okay, so this one is 36 seconds, but it should be shorter because we're going to cut some stuff out. So first let's edit the voice.
Looking for that one.
So you see I'm just cutting away that dead space. So let's just speed this editing process up. Okay, so now we have the audio on. Now the next thing I want to add on is captions so that people without audio on social media can also understand what's being said. So we're going to go to captions, then select the language and then just select generate. Now, as you can see, the text needs to be slightly changed because it's blending with the background. So we need to add some different type of text. So what we can do is add some shadow to it. But ideally, I want to stay on brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some background to it. So I'm actually going to add a background. Then I'm going to make it in a little bit more feminine color. And then I'm going to make it the opacity, put that down a little bit. And also like this. And then let's take away that, what was it? We go, and then scroll down again, reapply, background, this one, opacity, and then actually let's keep it in black. I think that looks much better. And there you go. So now, as you can see,
if you're looking for that one jacket to wear with everything this season, this is from our new collection. It just landed at store and it's so...
oh, we need to fix something. There we go.
So easy to style. I've thrown it with jeans, shorts, you name it. And honestly, it looks just as good hanging up as it does on my body. Don't wait, these always sell out fast. So tap the shop now button.
So actually what we can do in the end, we can add a screen recording of the website itself to add to the call to action here as well. So let's try to do that. So I just did a quick screen recording of the website on my phone. So I'm just going to import that in here. Then we're going to take this one and add it in the bottom, and I'm going to cut it to the part that I want to keep, which is here. And then what I also want to do is to speed this one up a little bit. Let's speed it up even a little bit further. Okay, and there we go. So what we can do as well to fill the screen is to just make this one slightly bigger. Scroll up like that. And boom, there we have it. So now we have...
on my body. Don't wait, these always sell out fast. So tap the shop now button before your size sells out.
Okay, great. So now we have the first variation. So we just export it. We call it iteration 1, V1. So now we're just going to do the same thing for the other ads, and then we're going to have all of the 3 variations done. Tired of jackets that never fit quite right or just don't go with anything? Meet the new wardrobe staple for our latest collection. Effortless style, comfy fit, and goes with everything. Don't miss out. Do not miss out. Shop the new collection now. Okay, so now second one's getting ready. So I'm now going to put that on the video. So what we can do as well is add some music over it if you want to try that. So you can go to, so if we go to audio, this looks nice. Put it over, and then we just simply cut it here, and then we have to take down the, let's take the volume down a little bit.
Tired of jackets that never fit quite right, just don't go with anything? Meet the new wardrobe staple for our latest collection. Effortless style, comfy fit, and goes with everything. Do not miss out.
Fade in, fade out. Boom, there you have it. So now we're just going to add the captions to it, and then the next variation is done. Next thing we're going to do is, like before, we're going to add some background to it. And now I'm going to make it, there we go.
Tired of jackets that never fit quite right, just don't go with anything? Meet the new wardrobe staple for a lead.
What we can also do is actually and there we go. Now we have a different type of font as well, so we can try that.
Tired of jackets that never fit quite right? New wardrobe staple for our latest collection. Effortless style, comfy fit, and goes with everything. Do not miss out. Shop the new collection now.
So there you go. We have another one. So now we just export this one as well. So iteration 2, V1. So actually, I'm going to cut this example short. I'm extremely busy with our portfolio clients today, but hopefully this was helpful. This GPT you can get in the description below. It's essentially going to be free for now. We're continuously developing it, and at some point we're going to charge for it. But yeah, you can go down below, sign up to my email list, and then you will get access to this GPT, and we will update it with all of the latest best formats that you can use, so that the ideas that you actually get based on your best performing ads, it's also adapted to what's currently working on social media. So go down and get that. And also, hopefully you found this valuable. There's also going to be a link to 11 Labs in the description if you want to use that. There's also a bunch of other tools you can use. And yeah, this is pretty much how you can iterate on your winners. Now let me know down in the comments if you found this valuable, if you want to see more type of videos like this. I definitely have a lot of other systems that I could let you in on that we use for our clients. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.